And Pope Benedict XVI, the German theologian who became the first pontiff to step down since the 15th century, also died today at the Vatican City. He was age 95. KTLA5's Cher Calvin now looks back on his life and legacy.
He was a pope etched in history. Pope Benedict was the oldest pope to be elected, the first German pope in 1,000 years, and the first pope to resign in 600 years. Pope Benedict set his own course early on and continued to follow his heart up until his death. Born Joseph Ratzinger in Germany in 1927, he was 6 years old when the Nazis took power. His family opposed the regime from the start. However, Pope Benedict was drafted into the military during World War II, serving in both Bavaria and Hungary. He deserted in 1945 and was held as a prisoner of war for several months. After the war ended, he entered seminary and was ordained as a Catholic priest. He went into academia, writing about theology and teaching university courses. His work attracted the attention of Pope John Paul II, who made him a cardinal. The two worked closely together, sharing the same conservative Catholic beliefs. When Pope John Paul died, Pope Benedict presided over his funeral. In record time, the papal conclave then elected Pope Benedict as head of the Catholic Church. One of the first things the newly elected pope did was to continue the dialogue started by his predecessor with leaders of Christian, Muslim, and Jewish faiths. He visited a German concentration camp, drawing attention to the atrocities committed there. He also made several trips to foreign countries, including Spain, to honor World Youth Day.
As you return home, take back with you the good news of Christ's love, which we have experienced in these unforgettable days.
And the U.S. to denounce the priest sexual abuse scandals which were plaguing the church.
In the next few days, I look forward to a meeting not only with America's Catholic community, but with other Christian communities and representatives of the many religious traditions present in this country.
Pope Benedict also brought social media to the Vatican, becoming the first pope to tweet. In 2013, he gathered the cardinals together to deliver a routine address. But then, at the end, he made his shocking retirement announcement.
We were about to get the blessing, and he said, "Please sit down. I have something to say, important for the church." So it was for us a surprise.
This was the first time a pope left the position in hundreds of years, and many Catholics didn't even know it was possible. Pope Benedict said his health was declining and he wasn't fit to lead anymore. However, some say he left also as a result of the sexual abuse scandals and declining mass attendance in Europe. Pope Francis was chosen to replace him, and Benedict was whisked away by helicopter, living his remaining years in a nearby monastery. The last time the world saw Pope Benedict was in August 2022, when Pope Francis introduced him to newly named cardinals. Pope Benedict wrote more than 60 books in his lifetime and presided over the church during a very tumultuous time. His legacy will be closely aligned with his conservative beliefs and his desire for unity.
And Pope Francis took time today to praise Pope Benedict, and he thanked the late pontiff for staying dedicated to faith and prayer even during his retirement. He made those comments today while visiting the nativity scene at St. Peter's Square.